The New York Stock Exchange. Alexander Hamilton wanted New York to be a financial center. May 17, 1792, 24 stockbrokers and merchants drew up a buttonwood agreement for buying and selling shares of ownership or stock, which was called the buttonwood because it was done under a buttonwood tree. Early stocks were issued by the Federal Reserve Bank to raise money to pay off the Revolutionary War debt. People who were extremely wealthy became holders of the right to trade stocks. Thus, the New York Stock Exchange was formed. On March 8, 1817, the organization drafted their constitution for their business. The infamous King William III, who was William the Conqueror, gave sovereign status to the city of London in 1694. The city of London is inside of London, England, but it's a city-state. The Bank of England controls the city of London. The Bank of England came under control of Nathan Rothschild after he crashed the English stock market in 1812. Now, headquarters of the Crown, worldwide Freemasonry, branch office of 384 foreign banks, 70 banks, all British banks, London Bank Stock Exchange, Lords of London, Fleet Street's newspaper and publishing monopolies, and of course the Bank of England. So all of this is in the city of London. They have all the money. Then you have the District of Columbus, which is our Washington, D.C., which I've been telling people it's not part of the United States. It's just like they did in London. The city of London is by itself. Washington, D.C. is by itself. Anyway, this was formed by the Washington Treaty of 5/8/1871 between the corporate government for the District of Columbus and the United States of America, all capital letters, with its reference to certain differences arising out of war between northern states, southern states of the Union, Canadian fisheries, and other matters. This is also when the title of nobility was ratified, which is the 13th Amendment. The original 13th Amendment was ratified in 1810. So in 1811, the U.S. canceled the charter of the First National Bank. Shortly after canceling the charter, 4,500 British troops burned down the White House, burned down the House of Congress, both houses of Congress, the War Office, the U.S. Department and Treasury, and all the ratification records that were signed by the 12 states of the U.S. Constitution. So in 1812, war lasted 3 years. So in 1815, the Treaty of Ghent caused the ratification of the treaty. So in 1816, the bank charter was reestablished. United States has been a military power all along. There's no one in any world that can beat the United States when it comes to military, period. That's always been the case, and I've always known it. The problem is we don't have any money. We're just a credit country, which we shouldn't be because we have the military power. Anyway, and then you have the Vatican City, which is also part of this empire. The Vatican City is just a little Roman empire, which is the Roman Catholic Church, which was established February 11, 1929 by the Lateran Treaty. The billions that are collected are housed in the U.S. Federal Reserve Banks and the Bank of England. They acquire most of their money from taxing of indulgences, which is the tickets sold by the Pope to get in heaven for salvation, whatever. They made a lot of money off of the people. So the sovereign, they hold The sovereign they hold is with the Holy See, which is See of Rome, which is the Ecclesiasticl jurisdiction, which means that the Vatican City is a territory of the Holy See. They are the authority of the land to the point we are ruled by canon law, aka Ecclesiasticl, aka the Uniform Commercial Code, which governs us. The Vatican City, District of Columbia, and the City of London are all called the Empire of the City. They are collectively ruled under the law of Lex Flora law, which is the law of the court, that is positive law of the state, country, jurisdiction of the whole judicial system of the court, where the suit is brought or remedy sought in an integral part. Relief is sought, controls of all the matters pertaining to a remedial, which is different from substantive rights, like the United States is under. Substantive is part of the law which creates and defines and regulates rights, basic laws and duties, which is contract law, tort law, and laws of wills. That's all we have. Together, they want to become a new world order, one government for everything, one bank, one everything. This is bad for us because it causes globalization. And people on a domestic level lose out because there's no jobs for them. No jobs means no money to care for their families. What causes a financial crisis is the lack of regulation on financial systems, especially the banking system and Federal Reserve banks.